Yeah, hello, Tony. My name is Ben. You guys are a property management company, correct?
We are not. We partner with one, but we ourselves are not. Why are you looking to rent a property?
No, I was actually looking for. I found this phone number on Yelp. Wemmert Group Realty.
Wimmer Group.
Yeah, Wemmert Group. Oh, that's you. Okay, yeah, you come as a property management company. I actually wanted to get a hold of a property management company, pretty much to see if anyone of their clients is looking to sell, and because we are buying aggressively in the area, and wanted to just kind of reach out, just kind of connect and see if there's maybe some landlords that are looking to move some inventory.
Well, do me this favor because we can't help you with that. So if you could send an email, I'm going to give you an email just a minute. But just send an email telling me who you are and just reminding me who you are. It'll come directly to me. I'll send it over to we do have a property management department that we partner with that actually have about 9 property management companies attached to it.
Oh,
so once you send me what you're looking for, I'll then send you over all the contact information for them individually, and then you can kind of take it from there.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. Okay, Tony. Tony is your name, right?
These are the biggest in the area, so yeah, Tony's my name.
Okay. Well, that's fantastic. So let me get a pen real quick so I can get your email address. Okay, I'm ready.
It's info, INFO, at Wemmert, WEMERT, group, realty.com.
Realty.com. Okay. Okay, sounds good. I appreciate it, Tony. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay, likewise. Bye-bye now. So that was fantastic. So let me just welcome everybody to this. This is week 7, day 1 of buying houses. So we are buying houses, and we are kind of just showing you kind of like how we have those conversations, and we follow up with, again, B2B and B2C. So we follow up directly with the seller themselves, which he just mentioned to me that he's going to send me the contact information for each individual owner. So that is fantastic. It's great. So, or maybe he meant the property management companies, which is no problem. I can call them and sort of do that. The one thing that takes the most time here is contacting the individual owners and stuff. So we want to speed that up a little bit by going and targeting people who already have owners. In this case, I'm looking for some tired landlords. So I'm getting some information here. And for this, I have a different CRM that I use. So I'm going to put that information in, and I'll come back in just a second so you guys are not just waiting here. Spoke with Tony, and he wants me to send him an email to let him know what we're looking for, basically our buy box. And he will forward that to all the property management companies that they work with so that we can start getting access to some of these properties, period. I will do that later. So yeah, that's the gist. Just created a profile here in my CRM, put that note. I'm creating that as an activity, and I'm moving on right along with the calls here, so that I try to go through my calls and then first, and then all the activities I have to do. I will do those later. So kind of like batching everything together. So I'm batching the calls specifically. So I'm going to make a couple more calls here to property management companies. I'm trying to find like small mom and pop. That was my primary goal here, but Tony sounds really fantastic. This is how we're finding sellers. So that's our job. We want to find sellers, and we can buy also wholesale deals, or we can buy at wholesale, and then we can also buy at closer to retail, or maybe sometimes above retail, depending on the deal that we get. So that's the primary thing that I want to show you in these videos, how my thinking behind the calls. I don't have an agenda here, so like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell, and yeah, let's keep making these calls here. So all I'm doing here is I'm going through Yelp, and I just typed property management, and so I'm just getting the property management companies here. Just going down the list of those. So, which is not very big. Let me tweak it real quick. Okay, so I went to the Yellow Pages instead. Somehow Yelp was not working. So let's go to a second call here. Just having conversations and seeing if they can give us a list. That's what we're looking for, primarily a list of potential sellers they may have. So let's ask for a list here. And that way we can just call them and stuff. I've done this for a number of years and it works really nice. Like you just heard Tony telling me that he would email me back a list. So I don't know if a whole lot of people do this. Somebody that I was texting earlier replied, so let me just reply to them back or call them back.
Thank you for calling Bryce Prosper, Central Florida's trusted property management company. You've reached the phone of Harmony Thompson. I'm sorry I missed your call. Please leave me a detailed message and I will get.
I'm just going to say, is there a chance that I can speak to you on the phone? Question mark. And these guys, these are, you know, it's not like cold calling. It is cold calling, but it doesn't have that feel that, you know, they're going to cuss me out or something. So, Pine Walk. Somebody hung up. Try again. Yeah, hello. My name is Ben. I was trying to get a hold of whomever handles the residential side.
Okay, one moment, please.
Thank you.
At the tone, you can leave your message for extension 219. When you are done recording, press the pound key.
Yes, hello. My name is Ben. I was just calling to speak to somebody who handles the residential side. If you can, give me a call back when you get this. I'm also going to send a text message. Thank you. So, you know, let's move on to the next one. This is the job of a cold caller is we are going from one to another, you know, and figuring out who's a small company. They don't sound like a small company at all. So Let's get these people here on the phone. Okay.
Thank you for calling Don Ashton.
They're making me hold.
Your call is very important to us. We appreciate your patience and thank you for waiting during this brief delay.
Thank you for calling. Please remain on the line until we can give you our full attention. We appreciate your patience.
Thank you for calling today and for your patience while holding. We'll be with you shortly. Thank you for holding. How can I transfer your call?
Yes. Can I speak to whomever is in charge of managing you guys' single family houses department?
For which community?
For any community. I just want to speak to somebody that handles all that.
Okay. One second.
Thank you.
I am currently away from my desk. Please leave your name, your phone number, the community that you are calling about, and your address, and I will call you back as soon as possible. Thank you.
Yeah, hello. My name is Ben, and I was looking to speak with you about maybe some single-family homes and some owners that you have in the area that you manage their rentals for. I'm trying to see if there's maybe some way that we can work together, and I like to discuss that a little bit further. So if you can, my name is Ben again, and you can call me or text me at 386. Thank you so much, and wait to hear from you. Bye-bye now. Okay, so we just call that one. So I have the next one here lined up. So I'm gonna go ahead and paste it here in my caller. We're just connecting with all these property management companies. But we got one so far in like the first 2 minutes. So that was an easy one. I'm trying to get one more before we move on to calling sellers directly. So that's our business. Our business is getting inventory on the shelves. These homes, we gotta get them on shelves here. Anywhere we can find them.
Thank you for calling Property Management Specialists. Our normal office hours are 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Friday. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it at any time. For our staff directory, please press 8 now. For a description of our professional property management services, please press 1. If you are calling for maintenance, please press 2. For directions to our office, our fax number, email, or website, please press 3. For bookkeeping, please press 4. To leave a general message for property management specialists, please press 5. For leasing questions, please press 6. To repeat this message, please press 7. This is the general message line. Please leave a message and someone from our office will get back to you.
Okay. Yeah, they don't sound like their messages are too long and that type of thing. So let me have the next one lined up here. Next. Again, I recommend that we do this together. So, yes, hi. I'm looking for whomever is handling you guys' single family houses, managing them.
One moment, please.
Thank you. That's what we want.
How can I help you?
Yes, hello. My name is Ben. I thought I don't know if it's okay to call you, and I'm looking pretty much to speak to somebody who might be handling some owners, some landlords who might be willing or might be thinking about selling their houses. You know, and wanted to see if you may have somebody who's, you know, maybe trying to get out of their investments or something to that effect.
Well, I mean, we're a property management company, but also a real estate company.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the property managers that handle those accounts, they usually handle all that.
Yeah, but I'm not an agent. I'm pretty much a buyer. We're pretty much being aggressively buying properties in Central Florida. So wanted to more or less just
any available properties, then we would have them listed on the MLS.
Okay. So that there is no I don't want to use the term pocket. Understand that.
Listed on there, then you can communicate with them. But as far as me being able to give you that information, I don't have access to that.
Do you know who does?
No one in the office. Again, you would need to speak to an agent directly and see if they're able to work with you that way.
All right. Are you an agent?
I'm not an agent.
Oh, understood. Okay. Do you mind if you can give my number to somebody who actually does that? Is that okay?
I wouldn't be able to do that. Again, you can just reach out to them directly. If you come across any properties that's listed where the agent is under premium properties, I can connect you with them. But I
understand that. I understand. I understand that. And listen, it's not random. It's pretty much, you know, when something hits the MLS it's overpriced most of the time. And we have access to the MLS and we can see all of that stuff. And of course, all those properties go on Zillow anyway. So I'm not looking for anything on the MLS. So that's why I was asking, because if I speak to an agent, they would understand what I'm saying. So is there somebody in the office right now that's a licensed real estate agent?
Not at this moment, no. I can't connect you with anyone. Just like the way you're asking to. If you want to, you can just reach out to them directly. You say you have access to the MLS, go on the MLS, look for a listing, and then contact the listing agent directly.
Okay. Well, if you wouldn't mind sending me back to the operator, I would appreciate that.
That's me. I'm the receptionist here.
Oh, gotcha. So these are, I've never had a had a tough time getting a hold of an agent. It's kind of funny. Is this like a procedure you guys put in place, or how does that work? I'm just surprised.
Well, I mean, I don't know what agents you want me to transfer you to or connect you with. You're not giving me an agent's name, and you're not giving me a property address. So it's kind of hard for me to just pick and choose out of the database. We have hundreds of agents here.
Oh, I understand. So you guys are a pretty large management company then. Oh, okay.
Yes, like I said,
it makes sense.
Majority of the rental homes are handled by realtors directly, so they list them.
Oh, I see. Okay, I didn't understand that. I apologize. I thought you guys were strictly a property management company.
No.
Okay. Well, I apologize about that, and I thank you for your time.
No problem.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
That was weird. Anyway, we won't lose any sleep over it. This is on the fly, you guys. I mean, we're not scripting anything. This is pretty much trying to find small-time people who have access to houses. This is one of the things that we do in order for us to find some houses. Okay, so let's go on to the next one here. They were pretty large and stuff. So we'll move on to the next one. Okay.
Thank you for calling Allied Property Management Group, South Florida's premier choice in property management and real estate services. Please enter the extension of the person you wish to reach. For the company directory, press 1. To reach our Community Association Management Services Division for condominium and HOA management, press 2. To speak with someone about a quote for association management services for your...
Sounds very, very big. So I'm going to move on to the next one here. This next one says 28 years in business. Looks like we already called them, so they have that listing twice. That's why I like to text, because when I try to send a new text, I get the history if I texted them before. We want to get some sellers here. Sure, we'll make a couple more calls, and then we'll start calling some of these owners directly.
You have reached Real Estate Global Institute. We're sorry we cannot come to the phone at this time.
Global Institute. Okay, they're under property management. Okay, let me do this one here. Okay. Yeah, these guys are. I looked at the area code, and it's not a local area code. So I go to their website, and it says it's their national. So yeah, let's try one more here to see. Global property management. Virtuoso property management here. Okay, let's try this one here. Bank building. Let's try this. Okay.
The number you have entered is incorrect.
The number is wrong on the listing. That's interesting. Okay, so now let's switch over to calling sellers. I'm gonna work on finding numbers that are more accurate, so we can give you more of the conversations. I would like for you guys to listen to those conversations a lot more than calling either big companies or people's wrong numbers and stuff. So, and you're going to encounter that every time, you know, like cold calling, the data accuracy needs to be there, like 100%, you know, and so data is like one of the biggest things in cold calling. It's your data has to be, you can waste a lot of time calling people when the data is not good. So I'm going to work on the data a little bit more here. So, but now let's switch over real quick and call some of these sellers. Okay. First one here. Okay, so I see the estimate. First thing, again, I need to know what my ARV potentially might be. It's the first thing I do. I don't know how other people do it. So that way, when I talk to her, I have an idea. So this estimate here, I pulled it up, is 1 million. So it's 1.1 million. The Redfin estimate is 1.3 million. And the realtor.com is 792,000. So he is probably going to want closer to the 1 million. Repairs. He's going to retire. He has no price in mind yet. He wants us to make an offer. Okay, and it has a $600,000 mortgage here. Okay, let's give him a call. Give her a call, Eugene. No, Eugene. That's this guy. So I text first, and then I call so I can see if they have a landline or something like that. So looks like they don't. So I'll make the call now. Again, you guys, these are long sessions. You're just seeing everything I'm doing. And I try to move fast for your sake. So I recommend you make calls alongside me.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
We're just not connecting with a lot of people today, maybe because it's Mondays. It's Monday today, so I don't like making calls on Mondays because of this. Texted, no answer. We'll try later. Okay, so again, I move him from one stage. These are people that we've already reached out, and they expressed a small interest in selling. We do that, like we don't have the system that everybody else has. Is the first stage is to try to work with the data, making sure that we're calling and the data is accurate. So most of the time we are our ISA system, which we operate, what it will do, it will just kind of verify that the information is accurate. So it's like a virtual assistant ISA, right? So inside sales agent or sales associate, and pretty much just verifying, ever thought about selling and stuff like that. And that's it. We're not like making offers, right? So, what's the reason, blah, blah, blah. So go through that. And then we get into the real cold call, right? Which is what I'm doing in follow-up right now, which is a further step in the ISA process, which is we're just going to have conversations and discover to see if there's some pain. Initially, most people try to see if there's some sort of pain during the cold call, but that's too much in my opinion. So what we do is a little bit different. Tad different is I'm more or less in charge of doing that initial cold call. So that to discover pain, discover where they are, like just get them familiar with me, and then I pass it on, etc. So send a contract, maybe, run numbers or whatnot. So that's what I'm doing now, just so you understand. So on this one, I attempted contact, no answer. So I will call again. So I have a ton of calls that I have to make because this is pretty much a cold calling job here. Next is going to be his estimate is going to be 900,000. Redfin 1,023,000, and realtor price, realtor.com is 828,000. So off the bat here, I may think that my ARV is at certainly below 900,000. So it might be 850. And let's look at the notes. He's having some issues in their neighborhood. $950,000 is what they want according to these notes. No repairs are needed. Okay, let's see what kind of issues they have in their neighborhood. That's what we do here. This job here, you guys, is not for everybody, but only a few of us really do this. And even fewer people do it correctly. So we try to do it as best as possible here. We take our time because it's a lot of money. And you can make a lot of money solving people's problems. Thing I would say is just never lie, because it gives us a bad reputation. And
you have reached 4082888.
And if you get caught in a lie, you can get in a lot of trouble. So never ever lie. Okay, so again, no answer. So we do three things here. We call, like I explained earlier, and then we also do some Facebook ads, and then we do some YouTube ads. And those are the calls that you see on this channel constantly being made. So I called, made the notes that I called, and there's no answer. And again, this is in my untouched area on my CRM, which, you know, they came in and I haven't called them. So I have to have that area on the CRM empty. I need to respond as soon as possible to these leads. And if I don't, you know, and if they just sit there, I mean, that's low-hanging fruit just sitting there. There's no reason for that. You know, so okay, let's move on to the next one here. Let's see. And that's how it is with this job. A lot of calls, a lot of no's. A lot of no's. You just have to get used to that. A lot of no answers, a lot of all that kind of stuff. And just do it every day, every day, every day. That's the purpose of this channel, to really show you what we do every single day. And then boom, one here, one there, and we're scattering seed on the ground like a farmer, and all of a sudden they start taking root, you know, so. This one is 1.1 million on Zillow, 1.1 million on Redfin, and 791 on Realtor.com, which is probably the truest value. So I would say here, our ARV should be at least 800,000 to be fair. So let's go ahead and make this call and see. Let's see what we get here. Lots of cold calling, and most of the VAs and ISAs that you will hire, these are the types of leads that they're giving you. You know, because it is a lot of work to be on the phone and trying to figure out, you know, who's a viable phone number, you know. So pay them well, treat them right, so they can get you leads or get you good numbers too. Then cold call or follow up with. It's a word between cold call and follow up, right? That's this primary ISA role.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system 4083.
And there are going to be days, and you need to make note, where people don't answer. Texted, called, no answer. Okay. So I'm going to move him out of the untouched area in my CRM and into an area called attempted contact, so that I know that I've already attempted, but nothing happened. Okay, this next one, 390 on Zillow. The rent, his estimate is $22.25. Estimated refi is 2,300, higher than the rent, so it wouldn't cash flow with those numbers. And the realtor estimate is 351. So that's good. I would put in the ARV. So you add the two estimates, right, and divide them by 2. So that will give us around 370 ARV potentially on here. So let's see. Let's call Mr. James. So you want to do these calls as fast as possible so you're not wasting a lot of time. But when you do get on the phone with somebody, you need to take your time. That's pretty much the formula. So my phone is here. Hello, Jim. Yeah, how you doing? My name is Ben. Can you hear me okay?
Who are you?
Ben, this is Ben.
Ben.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear me okay, but it's cutting out a little bit. But pretty much I'm just calling you back. We had spoken about your property on Pedrick Street. I did a little bit of due diligence, and I'd like to move forward and see if we can purchase it, get a deal put together here.
Not moving yet, so I couldn't decide right now.
Okay. That's no problem. When do you think he might sell? I know that you had mentioned that you had a tenant before. So when is the lease expiring?
Oh,
Oh, they bought a house, so they have to move soon. Okay, that's nice. So I'm thinking it doesn't matter really. So if it's within the next couple of weeks or another month, it's no problem.
I would decide about
a couple months. Okay.
Weeks.
Weeks. Okay. So then what I could do is I can call you back in a couple of weeks if that's okay with you.
Okay.
Yeah, and just so I know, and I'm pre-planning, with the financing and stuff. How much were you thinking to sell this property for?
I haven't talked to any realtor yet, so I don't know about the price because that one I bought for a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought for a long time, so I don't even think I don't even know what is the price right now because it's on rental right now.
It's on rental. Can I ask how much you're taking in for rent? For rent.
I cannot be
No, I understand about the price, but just the rent. How much are the tenants paying per month?
Oh, I give to my relative, so it's very.
Oh, it's very low. Yeah.
I just want to have them now, so.
Mm-hmm. But they bought a house, right?
Maybe that, it's usually that area goes to about $2,000.
$2,000 a month. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's what I show on my research on my end. Mm-hmm. And do you own this free and clear, or do you pay a mortgage monthly?
Yeah, I have a free and clear.
Free and clear. Mm-hmm.
Free and clear.
Yeah, that's nice. Well, I'm very, very interested on this, Jim. I'd like to. So, is it okay to call you in a couple of weeks? Would that be okay? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And listen, as far as the realtor is concerned, I'm not an agent, and we typically don't go through agents because we want you to make the most amount of money on the house. So we don't want you to have to pay for an agent. So what we're going to do is we don't work with an agent. And what we give you is pretty much, I can run the numbers. I can tell you pretty much, what what the house might be worth. Would it be okay if I run the numbers on this house and just kind of let you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So then I'll call you before 2 weeks and just kind of, we can have a better conversation as far as like what the property is worth. And I can give you different scenarios as to how we can buy this property. We can buy all cash is never a problem. Okay. So I can give you all cash is no problem. But I want to also run by you a couple of different scenarios. So maybe I'll just call you within the next 2 weeks and we can go over those if that's okay with you. Okay. Well, sounds good, Jim. When are you typically more available? I know that right now it's kind of like the middle of the day. So when are you more available, mornings or evenings?
Oh, I'm, used to be staff, so you can call here after work o'clock. We have my business.
Okay, your business. What kind of business do you have?
I have
What kind of store?
fabric.
Fabric store. Oh, got you. Okay. It sounds like a lot of fun. Do you like it?
Okay, so I talk to you later.
Okay. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate it. Bye-bye. Yeah, he doesn't have time. But you can see, and that was a perfect call because I always say 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Oh yeah, like I don't want to take too much time. And I don't know what I said at the beginning, but I made it seem like he's not going to be on the phone for a long time. And so, oh yeah, you got an agent. Okay, well, that's fine and blah, blah. And is it okay if I call you within 2 weeks? Yeah. And before you know it, I have him on the phone for like 5 minutes. And so I got a ton of information. He owns a store, a fabric store, and all that kind of stuff. So let me make the notes here so you see kind of like how we make the notes. I spoke to James, comma. At first, it was difficult to understand him because he has a bit of an accent, but I quickly got used to it, period. New paragraph, he said that he rented the house out to a family member, comma, they already purchased their house, so they are moving out soon. And he said, that it would be about 2 weeks before they're out, period. I asked him about the rents, and he said you can easily get $2,000 in the area, period. New paragraph, he said he was going to get an agent to let him know what the property is worth, comma, because he doesn't even know, period. New paragraph. I said that pretty much we can also run the numbers just like an agent, only we wouldn't charge him. Comma, and we don't want him to have to pay agent fees and closing fees by hiring an attorney. I meant an agent. I asked him, is it okay if I run the numbers and kind of give you ballpark, period, question mark. New paragraph. He said, okay, period, new paragraph. I said that I would give him a few different scenarios, comma, the first one being that cash is not a problem, period. Cash is never a problem, but there's a few different things also that we could do. In addition to a cash offer, comma, I asked if that was okay, comma, and he said, okay, period. So I said that I would call him in the next couple of weeks so we can go over those, period. And he said, yes, new paragraph. I asked him for a time when he's typically available. And he said, when he's at his business. So after 1 p.m., period, new paragraph. So I said, that's great, comma, by the way, what is your business? Question mark. And he said he owns a fabric store, period. Okay. I think that's a very good description. It's pretty much a book being written here, but detail is paramount on a lot of these things because not only am I recounting the call for your benefit, but I'm also putting it on here for also our team members to see this so that they can just really, really get up to speed very quickly on him, because there's a lot of information there. There's a pitch, there's a multiple offer pitch on there and everything else. So hopefully that was helpful, but let's move really fast through the rest of these calls because we need it. So that was a good one. That was a really good one. So for him, I already got him. And now the next thing is I'm going to call him back and kind of like go over some of these offers. So I need to present a verbal offer pretty much. And so I got an appointment pretty much. So we've been at this for a few minutes now, and we already have an appointment. So I'm going to move him on to an appointment. So that's great. So far, our wins. So far, we spoke to the property management company. We're going to get some properties from him. And now we got James, who is open to us presenting multiple offers, okay? And nobody has to worry about getting lowballed because, yeah, cash is always lowball. That's for sure. And that's always going to be there. But let's explore what other options we have so that we can give you exactly what you want. But the next thing we got to do is with this appointment, I have to figure out why he wants to sell. Right now, he was a little bit tied up and stuff like that, so he didn't have a lot of time. So next conversation, we've got to do that. But we got an appointment out of it, so that is a success in my book. It could have been better by figuring out the pain, but just didn't have time. He didn't have time. Next, Zillow price $336. Redfin is $371. 286 by realtor.com. So I would say our average here is going to be, and I always want to go below. So here we're going to be at 300,000, our ARV, right? 300,000, our ARV. So he says he wants between 200 and 300,000. Oh, that's great. This could be a really nice lead. This house is in really bad shape. Needs major repair, has a huge backyard, and needs a new kitchen, new roof, shingles. Okay, we're interested totally. He wants to buy another property that is car related because he got a classic car collection. That's good. Best day to call anytime. You can also send a text message. If we could help him find a new property that is where has a big garage, I guess, car related. He can also live in a mobile home and at least has a place for all his stuff. The mortgage is paid off, but has a lien and some unpaid bills. I'm very curious to see what the pictures look like on this property. So let me go and see Zillow real quick. I don't see any pictures on Zillow. Let me check out Redfin real quick. So I'm always looking at these pictures because I want to have like an idea if I've been by the property. So I can say, yeah, I've seen the house. I've seen the house. I've seen the house. So like I said, you never want to lie, but you want to be vague in a lot of things. That's one thing that you have to be. And I hate to say that because a lot of people might watch this video and say, oh, like that's a lie. It's not a lie, but you do want to be vague as much as possible, but you never want to lie. Okay. And I'm tired of seeing some of these videos saying, oh, wholesalers or, scam or whatever. I get tired of that because we're not scamming and I'm not wholesaling. I'm helping my partners and clients and stuff, with these calls because they don't have the time to make these calls, which I could help you if you're interested, just reach out to me. Or if you have properties that you need to move, let me know that you can't find a buyer or something, I have plenty of buyers I can help you with, etc. So just let me know. So now we're going to call Gary here. All right. He also texts, so I'm going to send him a text message here. It's Ben. Hey, Gary, it's Ben. That's what I say to most people. It sounds like we're friends. And that's what you want. You want a quick friendship like that. You want to build that rapport like fast, but you also want to be vague in a lot of things. It's an art. That's why I'm doing these calls so you guys can see. And you can hear my strategies live and explained, So that last call was a perfect script. I executed the script correctly on that call, even though he didn't have time.
Hello, hold on a minute, please.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you have a call. Just leave it plugged in.
Hello?
Hello, Gary. How you doing?
Okay.
Okay. I appreciate whomever picked up the phone on your behalf. So make sure you thank them for me. This is Ben. I was just following up about your property there on Judette Avenue, and I did a little bit of research and due diligence, and I'm calling you back to see how we can move forward.
Yeah, that's a good question. For me to get off my butt and face the music is the issue. Plus, no place to move my stuff off the property.
Mm-hmm.
In order to get it ready to sell. It's still sitting there, trash from when thieves broke in and trashed my place.
Oh no! How long ago was that?
Happened a few years ago, and I've been afraid to go in and just see what they did to it. But I got to go in and clean it up and buy another property. I've got cars and car bars and just tons of stuff. So moving forward, it hinges on that sort of thing. I hate to keep putting all these investors and everybody's calling me they want to buy the house.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not, and a lot of it sounds good to take them up on the offer where I don't have to pay closing costs and real estate agent fees and so on. But
for sure.
I'm just still not prepared to throw out a figure and set a date and all. Just
Well, all the car parts and all the car stuff that you have in there, is a big deal to kind of deal with that. And I've been doing this for a long time. That is actually what I specialize on is just figuring out that first step so that is as painless on your end as possible. And you know, I've been known to even come in into, like, for example, I bought a property from an older lady one time where she had a ton of memories in that house. She grew up in that house, and her mom grew up in that house, and she had all of those memories from like 2 or 3 generations in that house. And I just asked her, I said, hey, how do you want me to handle all these belongings? So what we ended up doing was really, you know, I brought my wife, because there was, like, for example, China. And as you know, for women, like, China is very expensive. Number one, it has a lot of memories and is very delicate. So I said, you know, I'll tell you what, I'm going to bring in my wife, and she's going to really pack this in a way that is going to be safe. So we did that. My wife came in, my kids came in, and we packaged everything professionally, like professionally. I was in the military, so I'm no stranger to moving all the time. And so we packaged everything together, put it in boxes, got a truck, and brought all that up over to her other house, because she had another house. And so we put it in the garage and everything else. But we've done that. We've moved things into storage facilities, and that, because we know, listen, we're in the people business here. And what we do is try to figure out how we can best, you know, remove headaches, etc., for some of these property owners. But so I have no issue doing that with you. And coming up with a plan there, you know, how we can structure that. You can just let me know some of the things, and we can be in communication as we move stuff out and all that type of stuff. It's no issue there whatsoever, Gary. We're professionals doing this.
Yeah. Anyway, my story is sort of a long, rambling story, but I couldn't really accept just another person to help me with my stuff, because nobody would know what to do with it. I've got to get in there and just survey the damage from when the thieves broke in, and I lived in the house for a few days, and so I've had thousands of dollars in stuff stolen off of that property, because I lived in another part of town in a duplex out in North Highlands, and I wasn't there to protect my property.
Oh, man.
Because it sat there empty, and the word got around that nobody's living there. And anyway, the story is too long and rambling, but you know, we can be in touch and check back.
So let me do this. Let me do one thing.
I'm going to have to press on. I've got it.
Yeah.
The house is not the only issue. I've got lots of issues going on in my life, so I can't focus. You know, where you would like to focus naturally. You know, on helping the guy and, you know, get moving on selling. It's looking like it's going to be springtime.
Okay.
Because I said that last spring.
Yeah, that's how life is.
In the neighborhood, I probably told you that. That was the mistake of the century, buying the neighborhood when I'm a car guy, collector, and classic cars and hot rods, and so.
Yeah.
You got complaints from the neighbor and coded for troubles.
Oh, man. Okay.
But anyway,
okay,
you can just be in touch, but I'm just going to have to, you know, continue to focus on other things, but also going to be going into the Judette house and, you know, slowly start cleaning it up and seeing what's there. So
well, yeah, no problem. And listen, Gary, I sympathize and I can completely see where you're coming from. And a lot of times, you know, life just sometimes, the problem with life is just keeps on moving. It doesn't wait until you fix some issues, you know, it just keeps on moving. And as it does, more issues keep piling up. So I completely understand that. But
basically, I take the blame, and it's my fault for letting this sort of thing happen.
It happens to all of us, Gary. You know, happens to all of us.
Anyway.
Yeah. So why don't we do this? Why don't we? What I'm gonna do is I just texted you at this number. I know that you text and everything else. So I texted you. I said, hey, Gary, it's Ben. So that way, if you wouldn't mind saving me your phone number. And listen, we don't have to do this right now. If we have to wait until springtime, that's no problem. Okay, it's no issue at all. So I understand that, I don't want to push you to focus on this. If this is not the time, we are not going anywhere. Okay, we do this. I've been doing this since 1998. Yeah, no problem. No problem at all. But what I could do in the meantime is, why don't you let me swing by? Because I can swing by and just kind of poke around. Of course, I'm not going to break in or anything like that. I can just kind of look through the windows, and I can just give you kind of like an update as to what the thieves did, and just kind of like an update for you to see where we are. And what I can do is I can do that and then call you back sometime next week or something, just to give you the initial assessment of the situation. Would that help you at all?
Anyway, you check back next week sometime.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I can do that. And then I'll call you back next week. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Gary, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And okay. I will call you back. We'll chat next week. Okay.
All right.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day. All right. Bye-bye. Another perfect call. And believe me, that's where you get the edge. Listen, I always tell you one thing and one thing only. I am not a guru, and I will never act like a guru, because I believe that it's detrimental in so many different levels. What I'm always trying to accomplish is to portray myself as a humble servant to you on these calls, so you can see the conversation, see and hear the conversations. Humble servant to my partners and people that I work with and work for, and then humble servant to the sellers and other businesses that get us in touch with sellers, like the property management companies. There's too much arrogance going on in the real estate space that, coming from a lot of people, a lot of gurus, I see that. I will not name names because I learn a lot from them, but I do see too much arrogance going on, like, hey, like I can make deals happen and all that kind of stuff. The one thing that my personality allows me to get farther than other people, like in this call, is he just told me that he's got a bunch of investors. He knows he could do this, he could do that. He still doesn't know that the condition of the property. He doesn't know what's going on. It's been years since he's been there. And it does not make any sense to me how you own a property and you haven't been around. Maybe he has some anxiousness or medical things going on. I was going to ask that, but I just didn't feel like he trusts me enough. And I felt like it was going to be very intrusive if I asked him something about his medical condition and anything else. But there is something that he's scared going into that neighborhood. So I just said, how about I go into the neighborhood? Because I've seen some neighborhoods that, oh my goodness, it's very scary going there. Just what he portrayed. So that's what I can do that most people would not do. And what does it cost me on the way to see in the house? I can pretty much be making a call and be on my way there. I can take, even if it's a scary neighborhood, I can take a friend of mine, and go in and we can, have a good time looking at this. But yeah, let me make the notes here. So please remember those things. It's always come at things is, how can I serve somebody? What can I give somebody that benefits them that they need? Well, at the same time, we're benefiting together. He knows he has to get rid of it. He knows this is going to be an investor's project. I got to be that investor. And the best way to do that is not to get too antsy, not to get too pushy, but to come in and offer value to him like this. I can go and look at this property like right away for you. What else can I do to serve you? What else can I do to help you out? That gets us where we need to be. This was a fantastic conversation, comma. I was able to determine a whole lot of things by just listening and portraying that I am there for him, period. There's a lot of mental things going on with him, comma, and fear, comma, and a ton of regrets, comma, and there's a lot more issues in his life, comma, etc. But one thing is for sure, that he knows that he's going to sell, and he knows that he needs to sell, and he knows he's going to sell to an investor, period. But there's a lot of work he has to do before getting there. And that's where we can come in and be humble servants and help him out, period. New paragraph. I offered to go buy the property and to take a look on his behalf. And assess the situation, because that is even very hard for him to bring himself to do. So I see an opportunity where we can do this for him for free, no charge, period. For free, no charge, right? That's what we do. That's in the story I told him is totally true, totally true. She even cried, that lady cried, because there was nobody helping her, and I came in and I helped. I got that deal, and she was very happy. The market was appreciating a lot, and I flipped that house. It was a flip. It was not a wholesale deal, but yeah, it was fantastic. So on this one, he said to call him back. I asked him if it was okay for us to go by and assess the situation, and then call him back next week and kind of go over what we found, period. He said that is okay to do, period. That is two good leads. This is not hard. I mean, I don't know. It seems very easy to me. Maybe because I've been doing it, but you see what you can have this conversation yourself. Just have the mindset of helping. So, okay, so I did that, and then I'm gonna set an appointment for myself for next week. And then I'm going to tag my partner on this deal to go ahead and go and check it out. Okay, let me see the dates. No, that. And then a time. Okay, around this time. Sounds like a good time. When I get a hold of somebody, I typically assume that that's the right time, unless I ask them and they tell me differently. Let me tag my partner here. And this is situation. Okay. All right, so I just posted a to-do list or a to-do item on there. And now I'm gonna text somebody that my contractor that might go and see it for me as well. So let me do that now. Okay, and that is it. So in this calling session, let's analyze. We got, oh, let me move them before we do that. Sorry about that. Now let's come in here. And so now that all of that is in place, I'm gonna move this lead from untouched to appointment, because we have an appointment with him next week. So far today, today is Monday. We got 2 appointments, and we got a property management company that will give us the information that we need, will give us some motivated sellers pretty much, or some sellers, some potential sellers. So we got some B2B contact calls made. And out of those property management B2B calls, we got one potential property management that will allow us or give us these sellers. And we called people that we've been cold calling and noticed, like the guy, Gary, he was already, like, I already assumed, here's the thing. Anybody that I call, I already assume that another cold caller has already done that. So I plug myself into that system and just kind of say vague things to them, like, hey, so I'm calling you back about this property. And we have called them because we make a ton of calls to all these lists, right? They don't know our systems, but somebody has called them, so I'm just calling you back about your property and see how we can move forward. It sounds like we've been talking for a long time. It sounds like it's vague, but I'm not lying. But so that allows me to quickly connect with this seller. So we got the win for Gary. We got a lead, an appointment with Gary next week. And we got a win, an appointment with James, the previous guy. And now we have 2 potential good deals. These are potentially good deals. These are not people that want us to bid on their property. They just have a problem. Well, James, we don't know quite yet, but it sounds like it. And but we have one fantastic lead. I mean, we can make some good money on this one. So by helping him out, so. And like I said, it's not just cash. Like I'm showing you that we don't just do cash, a lowball offer. We can pretty much pay them whatever is fair, right? It can be lowball or it can be fair market value, right? So we're trying to do what's best by everybody, how we can help you and make money at the same time, right? So anyway, if you have any comments or concerns or anything, drop a comment below, ask me questions. Look, if you want me to help you, get on the phone with you, make calls with you, just let me know. I'm trying to list my email address on all the videos below, but I don't want YouTube to see that I'm repeating the same email address. But I do try to keep my information below. If not, it should be on the About Us or About page or About section of the YouTube channel. So find my email there and email me. You can even email me your lists and see if we can fish out some deals and etc. So we can do some business together, right? So I got plenty of leads and plenty to do on my end. So, you know, you don't have to be worried about anything other than me trying to help you, etc. So yeah, please comment, please subscribe, please like the video so it can, that way, when you like the video, you are helping somebody else, you know, that may be struggling with these calls, etc. So please go ahead and share it and like it. Hit the notification bell. Show me some love. Again, there's a free service to you guys. So hopefully you enjoy. Please let me know. Give me feedback. Help me out. Let me know how we're doing, okay? So we're done with this session. We're buying houses. We buy houses challenge that we're calling this a We Buy Houses challenge. We do this for 1 year, helping you out so you can see a ton of phone calls. So we're making a ton of phone calls. So you can see a great number of calls and how they roll, how we go over scripts and everything. I don't read a script, but because I've been doing this so long, I just kind of have in my head, you know, like major points I need to hit. And I modify that script according to the seller, the potential seller, right? So I'm always trying to just figure out how best we could get to this, right? So, but if you want a script, if you want a bullet, you know, script, then let me know, send me an email and I will send it to you, okay? Until then, thank you so much for tuning in. I truly appreciate it. And we'll see you next session. I think I'm going to do another session later on today. Because we do this all day. So right now I'm going to go work out real quick. And then I'm going to go and spend a little time with my kids. And then I'll see you back here in a little bit. And then I'm going to send I think some emails, etc., like to Tony. And then be back here and see you in the next video. Talk to you soon. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you guys. Bye-bye.